Hello, I'm Regi Hise, Director of Culinary Development for Emmi Roth USA. Blue cheese is the fourth most menued cheese variety by U.S. operators, and among entrees, blue cheese is most commonly featured on salads. Crumbled blue cheese has become the standard way to use blue on salads, and as bold flavors continue to rise in popularity on menus, blue cheese is being incorporated into a host of applications, including pasta, pizza, wraps, soups, fresh homemade dressings, and even desserts. At Emmi Roth USA, we have a blue to fit every taste and menu application, including our classic buttermilk blue, aged buttermilk blue affiné, Italian-style buttermilk gorgonzola, and our naturally smoked moody blue. For convenience, we offer pre-crumbled formats of our blue cheeses. However, many of our customers still prefer to purchase blue cheese in a bulk wheel format. One reason is that many chefs do double duty with blue cheese, serving some of it as cut pieces for cheese courses or cheese plates, and using the rest in a crumbled format. We want to share some tips with you for cutting, handling, crumbling, and storing blue cheese in an easy way that maximizes yield, minimizes shrink, and is flexible for all your needs. It's a good idea to make blue cheese the last cheese you cut to avoid transferring blue mold to other cheeses. First, cut the plastic bag open to access the foil-wrapped wheel. As you remove the wheel from the bag, be sure to wipe it dry with a paper towel before setting it on your cutting board. If you intend to cut or crumble the entire wheel, remove all the foil and discard it. If you're only using half the wheel, only remove the foil from the piece you intend to cut or crumble. If you're storing the other half to use another day, be sure to leave the foil on that piece and then wrap it tightly with plastic wrap before storing. The foil wrapper will help in two ways. First, the foil helps protect the blue cheese from unwanted ultraviolet light, which can adversely affect the flavor. It also helps you identify the cheese while it's stored in the cooler. I plan to crumble this half wheel of blue cheese, which should yield approximately 3 pounds of crumbles. First, I'm going to lay the piece flat side down on my cutting board. Then I'm going to cut the wheel into slices about a ½ inch thick. The thinner you cut the slices, the smaller the crumbles will be. The thicker you cut the slices, the larger they'll be. When you're ready to crumble the blue, be sure the cheese is still cold or it won't crumble well. In fact, one trick I use is to lay my blue cheese slices on a parchment-lined sheet pan and place them in the freezer for just a few minutes. You don't want to freeze the blue cheese, so set a timer for about 5 minutes to remind you when it should come out. When you crumble the blue cheese, it should crumble easily into consistent sized pieces without sticking together. As soon as you've crumbled the cheese, load it into a rigid container and be sure not to overpack the container, and then refrigerate the crumbles as soon as possible. Last, it's much better to pack a few smaller containers than one large container. 1 pound containers are generally a good size for storage and for use on the line. For more cheese tips and trends, check out our website and our Facebook page.